Hi friends, today I am going to review the book, Streetwise Time Management. Get more done with less stress by efficiently managing your time, by Marshall Cook. Reality check. Have you totally lost control of how you spend your time and tried to no avail to regain control of it with traditional time management techniques, such as starting your day earlier or multitasking? The Streetwise time management method allows you to take control of your time and tailor your time management system to your lifestyle, helping you make everyday choices so you can live your life the way you wish. We're not just aware of time, we're driven by time, besotted with time, engulfed in time. Most people suffer from speed sickness, aware of every passing moment of the day, and jumping from one activity to the next with few or no breaks. This relentless activity may provide an adrenaline rush, and the heady experience of surviving or even excelling under pressure, but eventually you pay the price in health and happiness. Society teaches that being busy equals productivity, which equals worthiness. Rather than buy into this view, redefine how you spend your time. Ask yourself 4 questions. 1. What has to be done? 2. How much of it has to be done? 3. How fast does it have to be done? And 4. How much does it cost to do it? Activity doesn't equal productivity. Become aware of how you spend your time. Estimate the time you spend on such activities as working, sleeping, exercising or watching television. Keep a time log for at least 1 week. Notice the difference between the time you actually spent on activities and your estimate. Lastly, note how much time you want to allocate to each activity in the future. You might find that large chunks of time, such as time at work, are pre-scheduled. Use moment management to regain control of how you spend small units of time. Moment management rests on 3 principles. Decide. Don't drift. Routine and habit dictate much of what you do each day. Modify your routine rather than being a slave to it. Review your options, realize that you do have a choice, even in situations that seem beyond your control. Practice instant response. Making a choice, any choice, is more effective than waffling. Analyze the circumstances, consider your options and take decisive action. To do or not to do. Rather than helping you delegate your time, to-do lists tend to become daily records of what you failed to accomplish. People write to-do lists in a vacuum, and assume they'll accomplish the listed tasks within the given time period without leaving wiggle room for the unforeseen. To-do lists can help organize your time if you keep them simple and allow extra time for unknowns. Make flexible lists and, when appropriate, throw them out the window to accommodate any wonderful opportunities that come along. Prioritize list items in order of importance and break down large projects into small, doable steps. Schedule time to think, plan, rest and even goof off. Remember that your list is a daily guideline, not a blueprint. The most important things you do probably never appear on any to-do list or show up on the day planner. Many people have a tough time starting projects, and get sidetracked, waste time and procrastinate. If your startup rituals take too much time, prepare a task before it's time to begin it. To draw out the energy and ideas you need for the job, groom your subconscious for the upcoming activity. Have everything you need on hand in your physical workspace. If the work is complicated, write a brief outline as a guide. Don't worry about starting at the beginning. Start wherever you feel inspired. Quiet the critic in your head and don't censor your thoughts. Go with your momentum, but stop while the ideas are still rolling and you know what you need to do next. Give yourself a break, organize and prioritize. Going to Bermuda is nice, but you can take mini vacations right at your desk. Here are 7 suggestions for relaxing interludes to help keep you grounded, energized and refreshed. The breath break. Take a moment to breathe, as you would in a yoga class. The continental drift. Mentally revisit a relaxing and fulfilling place. Picture it and get rid of it. Form a mental image of whatever is bothering you the most. Place the image in an imaginary bubble and watch it float away. The shoulder shrug. Rotate shoulders in alternating directions to relieve tension. The thought for the day. Collect inspirational thoughts and writings, and refer to them in quiet moments. The object of your affection. Keep photos of loved ones nearby to help you keep focused and find strength. Advanced resting technique, for the gifted and talented, combine deep breathing with another mini vacation activity. Where is it written that the calendar always has to be full? Setting goals is great, but if you don't specify how you will achieve them, you set yourself up for failure. For instance, if your goal is to exercise, plan an exercise regimen with specific activities. If you decide to walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week, consider what activity to drop from your schedule to accommodate the walk. Try the new plan for at least 3 weeks, the time it normally takes to establish new routines, before deciding if it works. You make hundreds of decisions every day about how to spend your time. Pick up the phone or let voicemail get it. Work on your long-range financial plan or mow the lawn. Things that are important involve the essential values by which you live your life. Urgent matters cry out for immediate attention. Differentiate between important and urgent matters to make informed decisions about your time. The to-do list has become a tyrant, pushing us to do more instead of helping us to do better and to do right. Complaining about meetings is a universal pastime. Before you get stuck in another conference room, find out what the meeting will be about and decide if the subject actually requires a face-to-face session. If you are calling the meeting, make sure it is worth participants' time. Prepare the subject matter ahead of time, and distribute an agenda and collateral material before the meeting. Stick to your agenda during the meeting. Be thoughtful about your employees' time. Don't give them work just to fill time. Provide them with the technology and tools they need to work efficiently. Teach them how to prioritize and differentiate between important and urgent matters. Explain why you want them to undertake a task and give them enough time to do it well. Just say, no, or at least say something. If you just can't say, no, you will waste valuable time for all the wrong reasons. Perhaps you are looking for love and acceptance, and don't want to risk refusal, or maybe you feel guilty about letting someone down. Some people say, yes, to feel important and needed. However, learning to say, no, when it is appropriate is a crucial time management skill. Here's how. 1. Beware the automatic yes. Saying, yes, might be a habit you need to break. 2. Buy time. Ask if you can think things over. 3. If the answer is no, say, no, don't prevaricate. 3. Someone might interpret your vague answer as a possible yes. 4. You don't have to give a reason, say, no, without explaining. 4. Explanations open the door to discussion. You'll never find time. It isn't lost. You're living it. You have to consciously decide to live it in certain ways and not others. Indecision is a huge time waster. If you don't choose, you lose. In most cases, you will never be 100% certain of the correct answer. If you have trouble making decisions, look at problems from several angles and points of view. Consult those involved and in the know. Write down the pros and cons of each alternative. Consider the possible results of your actions. Discuss your options with a sympathetic listener. And let the decision percolate in your brain, overnight if possible. Then, make the call and live with the consequences. If you make the wrong decision, admit it. Make it right. Get on with it. Paper everywhere. Beware of time-saving devices. Technological advances should free your time, but factor how long it takes to choose the latest must-have techno-gadget. Include the time you need to learn how to use the new device, fix it when it breaks and work around it when it is being repaired. When choosing a new piece of technology, purchase only what you need to improve your work or personal life. Learn the basics but don't feel you need to become an expert. Lastly, don't let the latest communication technology impinge on your life. Create technology-free zones. If you're a paper pusher at work, these tips will help you dig your way out. 1. Reroute, respond, read or recycle each piece of paper the first time you touch it. 2. File every piece of paper in a simple filing system consisting of 3 folders labeled, Do, Read and File. 3. If a quick response is required, make it at once with a post-it note, a handwritten memo on the paper, a phone call or an email. 4. If you can't decide what to do with a piece of paper, throw it into a file labeled, Compost, and deal with it later. 5. Clean out your files when you're low on mental energy. Take a good look at the technology in your life to determine what's helping and what's getting in your way. Bureaucracies tend to generate paperwork. Stem the constant flow of forms and memos by asking if each one is truly necessary. Because we've always done it this way, is not an acceptable answer. Suggest how to revise or streamline the process whenever possible. Focusing is hard if you have bought into the multitasking myth. Multitasking wastes time, it doesn't save it. It is exhausting, divides your focus and often requires redoing tasks. Instead, do one thing at a time and do it well. If you find yourself procrastinating, ask yourself if you are motivated and committed to this particular task, if it is simply an obligation or if you are afraid to fail. Perhaps the task isn't on the top of your priority list, but nags at you. You might have to face the fact that you do not want to do it and, if you must, force yourself to do it anyway or pay someone else to do it. Mind, body, spirit. The human body has a natural rhythm of up and down cycles. Think of people who describe themselves as being morning risers or nighttime prowlers. Understand your body's natural biorhythms and live according to its harmony. Function at your best by setting established patterns day and night, eating only when you're hungry, sleeping when you need to, and honoring your natural rhythms. The top causes of stress are the death of a spouse, getting a divorce, or losing your job. However, getting married, being pregnant, or retiring also produce stress because change creates stress, even change for the better. Stress is unavoidable and, research shows, can even be desirable. Reduce unwanted stress in the following ways. 1. Recognize your feelings for what they are rather than denying or suppressing them. 2. Recklessly venting anger increases stress. 2. Expressing feelings helps reduce it. 3. When you feel overwhelmed or angry, take a short break or mini vacation, and schedule brief, quiet times each day. 4. Enjoy your successes and celebrate your accomplishments. 5. Take action to resolve frustrating situations whenever possible. 6. You don't have to do everything perfectly. 6. Sometimes, good enough will suffice. Do one thing at a time, with all of your energy, your attention, your heart. Worrying robs you of time and enthusiasm. Reduce time spent worrying by identifying what's causing your unease. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? And realize that you can survive it. Recognize that you can take action and live with your decisions no matter the consequences. Do something in spite of your concerns. Lastly, avoid other worriers, as they tend to exacerbate your fears or even introduce new ones. When you lose your capacity for rapt attention, you also lose the childlike joy you once took in the moment. To align the way you spend your time with the things you value most in life, write a personal mission statement. This is a brief declaration of what you want to accomplish. Next, identify your core values and some actions you can undertake to support these values. For instance, you might turn down a promotion if it requires travel that will take you away from your family. Put the activities that fulfill your values on your calendar. If you don't make time for them, they'll fall by the wayside. Finally, don't take on too much and don't be too hard on yourself. Time management isn't about maximizing the number of items you can check off in a day or a life. It's about living fully, productively, joyfully, by your definitions of these terms. Takeaways. 1. Make choices that allow you to live your life the way you want. 2. Moment management is the process of taking control of how you spend your time. 3. To-do lists tend to become a record of what you failed to accomplish. 4. Mini vacations are relaxing mental interludes that help you stay energized. 5. Differentiate between important and urgent matters to make informed decisions. 6. Learn the crucial time management skill of saying no when appropriate. 7. Indecision is a huge time waster. Any decision is better than no decision at all. 8. Stem the flow of paper. Touch each sheet only once and decide immediately what to do with it. 9. Multitasking is exhausting, fragments your focus and often requires redoing tasks. 10. Worry, anger and stress steal your time, and erode your energy and enthusiasm. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated with our latest videos, please like, share and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching.